Hello, third graders. This is your Module 3 assessment. I will be reading each question to you for the assessment. If you need to pause at any time, please feel free to pause the video, work on your problem, and then resume when you are ready. So here we go. So Module 3 post-assessment, number 1. Complete the equation to describe the picture. Your assessment has a picture that you will need to reference in your multiplication equation. Number 2, Miss Wong has the crayons shown. Mia says the expression is 4 times 8, which represents the crayons. Ivan says the expression 32 divided by 4 represents the crayons. Please explain why they are both correct. And your picture for your crayons is right here. You'll be explaining why both of them are correct. Number 3, Callie made matching bracelets for her 6 friends. She needs 9 beads for each bracelet. How many beads does she need to make all 6 bracelets? You will write an equation, and you will use a letter to represent the unknown. Remember, you need to write an equation and use a letter to represent the unknown, and then solve for the unknown. Stop here if you need to. Question number 4. Mrs. Bachman, Mrs. Sells, and Mrs. Hopper shared a cab ride. The total cost of the cab was $9. They decided to split the cost equally. How much did they each pay? You'll be writing an equation and using a letter to represent the unknown. Again, you're going to write an equation and use a letter to represent the unknown. Then you will solve for the unknown in the question. Number 5. The fair is in town for 42 days. How many weeks is the fair in town? Please write an equation, solve, and use a letter to represent the unknown. There's a hint. There are 7 days in a week. So again, you're going to write an equation that you will solve and use a letter to represent the unknown. Stop here if you need to. Number 6, Pablo puts a total of 28 books on 7 shelves. He puts the same number of books on each shelf. Part A. Enter a division equation that represents the number of books Pablo puts on each shelf. You will use B to represent the unknown. Part B, you will enter a multiplication equation that represents the number of books Pablo puts on each shelf. You will also use the letter B to represent the unknown. Part C, how many books does Pablo put on each shelf? You'll be answering that question in the spot provided. Stop here if you need to. Question number 7. Braden, Dalton, and Jackson went to Forelli's for lunch. They each ordered a slice of pizza and a lemonade. Part A, how much did they spend all together? And you're going to show your thinking. You have a key right here to give you the cost of the pizza and the lemonade. Part B of this problem, the boys decided to divide the check between the 3 of them equally. How much did each of them spend? You are answering how much did each of them spend. They are splitting it equally. Stop here if you need to. Question 8. Is each expression equal to 12 times 4? You will be going down the expressions here and answering if they, yes, equal the same as 12 times 4 or no. Question number 9. Use parentheses to make the equation true. We have two equations here. You will use parentheses to make them equal what is indicated. This one equals 6, this one equals 20, and you will place the parentheses so they are true. Question number 10. You're going to use the multiplication chart to solve this next part of the problem. Your multiplication chart is already here for you. It says Gabe wants to find 16 times 6. Part A, you're going to explain how Gabe can use this multiplication chart to find 16 times 6. In part B, you will solve for 16 times 6. Number 11, select all the expressions that equal the given product. The product is 36. You will choose between A, B, C, D, and E any expressions that also equal 36. Circle all that apply. Question 12. Jayla and David collect rocks. Jayla arranges her rocks into 5 rows of 7. She has 15 more rocks than David has. How many rocks does David have? You will solve and show us your thinking. The last part of the assessment is a student reflection. How did you do? What do you think, what do you think went well for this assessment? And then the last page is going to be a challenge problem. It says, create your own 2-step word problem and solve. Thanks, guys. Good luck.